This show is brought to you by Go Live TV. Download the app now.
Hello, welcome, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, thank you for joining the Joe and Joe Show today. We are so happy that you tuned in again. We like to say, you know what, this show is about living life with gratitude. That's such a big word today, and it's always going to be what we are standing for. It's to live a happy life, and that's what everyone is searching for.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Joe?
Yes, for
Good
sure.
to see you, by the way.
Yeah, you look great, Joe.
So do you.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? I'm thinking about living a happy life, and Jocelyn is a twin sister of mine, and I live in Hamilton. She lives in Brampton, and we don't get to see each other. And sometimes, yes, it's Monday, it's our show. We get to see each other and have a chat and connect with our viewers. So thank you so much. I'm glad you're here.
It's a great opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's a happy Monday for sure.
Yeah.
So you know what? Today we have a topic, and we have been working on it this week, and we've been thinking about it. And I think it's something that it's going to help all of us. I think this show is about learning together. It's about growing together as well. And today's topic is, it's time to take action. And you know what? I'm not going to spoil this for you because you need to watch this for 30 minutes. At the end, we are going to give you an opportunity to take some action.
For sure.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Don't go away because you're going to have that opportunity to do something that's coming up on Saturday. I'll give you a hint, but stay tuned to find out what you can do, what you can get involved to practice some gratitude in your life.
And stay with the Joe and Joe Show, our Facebook, and send us an email, joeandjoetwins@gmail.com. Right, Joe?
Send us your comments you love. We appreciate every time you click I like and you click I share. And we're just really grateful that you are joining, with Joe and Joe. We're learning together, growing together. So you know what? When I was thinking about this topic, taking action, I had a question in my mind. Okay? And the question is, why aren't we not taking action? You know, a lot of times in our lives, we're thinking, I want to do something. I want to start a charity. I want to be involved in a community and do good and do great. I want to be like a Mother Teresa. Who else has done great things in our lives that we look up to, these models, these great people accomplishing things in the world, and we look up to them, we say, we want to do this. And sometimes we look on YouTube and other amazing athletes, we want to look like them, have a six-pack, we're up crazy going in January to the gym to join, but you know what, a lot of times it takes until end of January and we're dropping and we're not keeping up. So what's causing our inaction, our action, and why we're not creating the results we want in our lives? So I was researching and reading, and I had to backtrack a little bit to see why are we not taking these actions. And I thought to myself, before you create good results in your life that you're happy with, you have to go back and take action. But those actions are driven by how we feel, and how we feel, it's driven by our thoughts, what we're thinking. So, that made me think, then we have to go back and see, how do we think? How do we think every day? Do we even realize that our thoughts are like the big engine to how we feel, how we act, and the results that we get?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I was thinking, in our lives at school, we learn math and science and all kinds of great things, because I have two kids who are in school, and I encourage them, you have to do good academically. We are learning so we can know how to do things and succeed in life. Yes, that's great. And then, we go to church and we learn our spirituality, how to communicate with God and keep our conscience, and all those things are great as well. And our social life, we're socializing on Saturday. But then we forget, how often do we learn about our minds, how we think? And that is, something that is important. And it made me remember about when I was here in Canada, when I left Africa, Rwanda. I wanted to do so many good things in my life, but I wasn't really taking action. And I'm like, why? Why am I not doing things I want? but I had to check a little bit and realize that I had to step out of my head, like Josephine separating herself from how she's thinking, and I realized that what was causing the inaction or the feeling was that I had a little bit of resentment when I left Rwanda because of what happened. I mean, last year, Joe, we had Lydia who was talking about how she survived the genocide against Tutsi. And I realized I was a bit angry, and I had a resentment in my heart and in my mind. And because of that, I was like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to go back. I don't want to deal with it. And that was causing me to feel a certain way. And that was causing me not taking action to what I wanted. So once I separated myself to what's causing my inaction, I thought, oh, so this is why. I had to give a room in my head to grow and to, with compassion, to realize what happened in 94. It's a history from way back. So, you know, again, what's causing our inaction is what we are not feeling and how we're thinking. So how we're thinking is such an incredible way that we want to change and invest our times and our lives digging into ourselves consciously to know what's causing us inaction. So speaking about action, Jocelyn, she is going to talk about how did we get involved with Shelter Them and how we were doing in Rwanda, in Canada, and all these things, how we backtrack and to realize that what we're thinking, how we're feeling, our action, our results, it's what created from.
That's so many people ask, how did you start to Shelter Them? And they just need to know the story behind it. So the story is that after being in Canada for years, 2006, we decided to go back to Rwanda to visit our families, and we missed our country. You know, it's such an amazing to have both nationality, Canadian and Rwandans, and we're proud of it. So when we went back and we saw the needs, so many, a lot of children and different areas. Everywhere you go, you saw there's a lot of things that it needs to be improved, it needs to be changed. So if we can share a picture of one of the children with no shoes, look, they're cracked and they have not taken showers for days. That picture just stayed in my mind. Just the simple things.
Shoes.
Now, we're talking about shoes. What about food? Did not have a potatoes, rice, beans, nothing. So that was one of the things that thought came into my mind.
Absolutely.
And the feeling came, and the feeling was not pleasant. I was broken, I was crying. I remember Josephine was pregnant with Josh, right? And Josephine preparing a beautiful room for her son and excited and knowing that could be my son. So that the action then started.
Absolutely.
What do we do? What can we do? Hundreds of children, actually was through our church, Église Vivante we used to go. There were a lot of children there and were curious to say, well, what's going on here? Why these kids are there? So there are a team of people at the Église Vivante trying to feed the kids once a week, and of course was led one of a country director, a board member, an amazing guy, Jules Higuero, and Sumiza Cesari, actually it's my mother, and of course with an amazing team, they're trying to feed the kids once a week.
They're trying to do something.
And these kids are broken, they have no families, they have no shelters. Some of the kids are living on the streets. So me and Josephine, we not only look and pass by, the need was there, and the action, the feelings, and all that came in our hearts, and we said, well, we need to do something, and then.
Absolutely, and I think speaking about being grateful, and I'm talking about these big actions. You want to be somebody, you want to succeed in life, and I'm thinking while we're trying to reach so far to the top and to be the future, let's look back a little bit to how far we have come. Before we jump so high, we need to step and pause and realize, hey, they may appreciate today. The present is what I have control of, my actions today. There's so many circumstances in the world that we don't have control of. We don't have control of people. Can't control of the mother natures and all that stuff, but we have control of how, to some extent, how we think and how we feel and how we act and the results we create. So again, like you were saying, we saw those kids, we say, what can we do? we have to go back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have a picture of Josephine with a boy, and this reminded me. Look at that. Broken clothes and probably haven't eaten for days. And I said, we start with just one
child.
It could be overwhelming. It could be. There's so much poverty, I can't do anything. But that just from one child, and if we can share another picture of hundreds of kids, look
there
at
you
that.
Go. From one.
I'm actually just getting a goosebump. From one child to hundreds of children with what? Let me just share with you. With the shelter. Education, which that's equal shelter. Education is the key of success. Medical children, they didn't have any medical attention. Absolutely. When they're sick, no doctors. And we're up to what? Over 100 children, 28 families, 17 in Kigali families, 11 in Bugesera. We have a projects. Early child education, Shelter Dembergwa. We have our own sewing workshop to empower our caregivers.
Our women.
A community saving scene. Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
So that started with what? We saw
Thought.
the feelings, action, and then we're up to results, right, Josephine?
Absolutely.
Results.
And
impact.
So what I was thinking is, like I was talking about, trying to do something that you want, but then you keep failing. Why can't I have a happy family? Why can I not lose my 30 pounds, Why can't I be a happy mother? But then you're trying to change from the action piece. But no. But if you see it, change it from the action piece. That's like a counterproductive, because you can change, but it's not going to be permanent. You need to go back and see, why do I want to change?
It's a journey.
And it's from how you feel, and what you feel is how are you thinking. And so how we were thinking is like, even though we came from poverty ourselves, but did you want to stay there and say, you know what, I can't do it. I don't have what it takes to help children, hundreds of children, be like Mother Teresa, but one child, one step. Go and run 5 minutes a day, run 10 minutes a day, and knows if you know why you're doing it, it's going to turn into from one child to 100 children, from 10 pounds, 30 pounds, or whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about weight right now, because summer is coming and everybody's coming out going, oh my gosh, it's summer, it's coming, I have to look good in my bikinis and all that stuff. But that's what it's coming in my head.
Of course,
and I'm
it's
thinking,
part of us,
part of all of
being
this,
healthy. And you're mentioning, Josephine mentioned about taking action, but you have to be careful. The action, what is the motive?
Exactly, why?
Are you taking an action, you want to do something out of jealousy?
Yes.
Out of show off, as some people say? We have to be careful.
Yeah,
why do you want to take action? Why you want to do something? Is that for you? Is that for your family? Is that for the community?
Absolutely.
So that was
Great
important to be
yeah.
reminded. Why do you want to accomplish something? What's behind
If it's coming from a place of being grateful, and that's where you're building something based on actually who you are, what you want, versus what she has, what he has. And that's why it's going to last, because it's coming from a place that's not reaching for the top. It's being grateful for how far you've come and how far you are, and then you can build it up from there.
And you do it with joy.
Absolutely.
Can we share a picture of me and Joe jumping around the lake in Gisenyi?
Yeah.
That's actually after seeing all the devastation and the poverty, and we could have been down and stay down. Look how we're jumping.
Yes, we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, we can do it.
We can do it. We have a dreams.
Yes.
Now let's share pictures of a Canadian team that we were in Rwanda 2016. Look at that beautiful picture. From me and Joe visiting Rwanda 2006. Coming back, of course, Michael Alexander was with me, my beautiful husband, who worked so hard. We are actually one, of course. That's what the Bible says. We're one. When I say Jocelyn, I'm speaking about Michael, because we do things together. And my husband, he's he's part of me, and I'm proud of that. So look at the team from me and Joe and Michael actually was with me when we went that first mission trip. And of course, a lot of kids behind Michael say, Muzungu, Muzungu. He had a long hair. And some of the kids say, well, he looks like Jesus. That was hilarious. And he had a sandals and shorts. So we came back, but look at the team that we have created from just that, you know, looking and seeing and action, right, Joe? This is something to share with the people. So really, don't be discouraged. If you have something that you want to do, that mind of yours comes and then brings something that you want to accomplish. I have friends of mine who are a stay-home mom, and they just had children. Of course, I was a stay-home mom for 4 years, and they have dreams, they have things, maybe move in different career, or maybe do something. Please do. It starts from just a little seed, and the seed grows. Absolutely. Again, if it's coming from a good motive, a good, a positive thought, then go for it, and I'm sure you will do great.
It's so funny. I was reading this morning, preparing for the show, and something came up. It says, and I'm going to ask you, you know, I'm probably going to use it every Monday we have show. I'm going to be asking you if you took your vitamin G. Your vitamin G, it's gratitude. And it's saying like every day you practice and practice. These are habits that will cultivate into our lives. And once we have them, it's so easy to build up your life and make the right moves and take the right actions, have the results you want in your life, because you're taking your gratitude, vitamin G, which is a daily supplement to create a happy life you want.
I love that.
Isn't that wonderful?
Beautiful.
So I'm going to be taking my vitamins. I know I have this habit where I'm thinking, you know what? Oh, no. The day is not going to go by without me taking a few minutes out of my life and take a pause because it's so busy and say, Josephine, you need to name 3 things you're grateful for. 3. And I think a lot of people who succeeded in this life, I was looking at Oprah, of course, you know, like she talks a lot about a gratitude, and with other, you know, successful people, they all practice gratitude because it's such an amazing way to build your life and grow and change and give a room for other things to happen in your life. So it's just incredible how it is easy to do that.
Let me share one more thing, Joe. I just want to share this, our new Shelter Them Rwanda chairman, Duarte. He's amazing, and his wife, Paula. This is what he said. The opportunity rose when I visited Kigali in 2016 and came in contact with Shelter Them Rwanda. Shelter Them integrated everything which the opportunity I was seeking should represent, a chance to provide my modest contribution to improving the lives of Rwandan children, not by fostering an aid-dependent environment, but by creating the conditions through which these children could effectively design their own future. And to me, there is nothing more powerful than the creation of opportunity. I am a huge believer that when given a chance, to average human being chooses to thrive. This is one of our amazing team of Shelter Them that came, and he's so thankful. He's full of gratitude. He lives in England with his family, his wife and his beautiful daughter. But this is what we're talking about, action. He visited Rwanda on a business trip, but look where he turned to be, because he saw. He didn't only look, he saw and he felt it. He actioned, and now the impact, a huge impact, it's being done in the children of Rwanda. So yay, Duarte.
Incredible. Amazing. Yeah, so these are the things that we can take as an opportunity to learn every day. And I think a lot of times we think, you know, like I said, my kids are in school and they're learning and have all kinds of subjects and they're good, but who tells you that you need to learn how to think?
I know.
You know, how to think and how to plan your life and create these results that you want. And for me, I think the day that I discovered I can take that moment to step away from me and from all the things that are happening in the world and try to change people, which we can't. And people think that other people make you happy. They can't. The world out there, the circumstance, everything happens, it's out of your control. You cannot have people make you happy. How you think makes you happy. It's from what happens to us, how we translate that, and how we respond to those things that are going to make us happy. So again, like if we have seen those opportunities for us, but yet we're still going, okay, no, we were born in poverty, we're here in Canada, you know, we're just gonna stay at home, and we don't even speak English, it's embarrassing. Like, you gotta show yourself compassion, you have to understand, and then you can move to that step where now you feel like a crazy Joe and Joe jumping on top of the lake after seeing tons of hungry kids. We do not allow that to overwhelm us, because, you know, we're learning to say, you know what, I don't have control of hunger, I don't have control of the world, what's happening, but what can I do to change and make an impact? Again, one small little action is what you need to have that impact in your life and others. So again, you know, this journey of talking about gratitude is something that you practice, and practice. Like we said, we're going to show you a little bit of video that it's going to promote our gala, Shelter Them Gala
weekend.
on Saturday. And please, our friends, don't miss it. Like I say, you know, practicing gratitude starts from you getting involved one step. Let me tell you a little bit of story, something that I was journaling because it touched my heart. So I went to the mall with my kids, and my son had his wallet, he has his new bank card, he's 15 now. And so he wanted to shop and buy something for himself. And I remember he had about $50 on his account because I put it there. And so Josh said, I'm going to buy myself a hat. So he went and got to a store, and we were standing there, and before he pays for his stuff, and the lady goes, you know, would you like to give a donation? And he looks at me, he goes, Mom, should I? I'm like, yes, you know, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. And to find out that it wasn't your regular $2 or $1 that you signed for, you know, the donations we get from the grocery store, it was $10. He looks at me, goes, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, of course. It's fine if you feel like you want to give your $10 out of your $50 before you shop. Go ahead and do that. So he goes, okay, lady, I'll give $10. And the lady looks at me and goes, wow, your son is very generous. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm glad. He makes me proud that he's generous. And I'm like, you know what, though? In my family, we believe in giving. Giving is important, and serving. And I think that's what brings happiness. And people think you are happy because you're grateful. But no. You know, you're not just that. It's you're grateful, therefore you're happy. You're not happy because you're grateful. You're grateful, and therefore happiness is attracting, it's coming to you. So I say, no, we believe in giving. And she looks at me and goes, oh, that is so wonderful. He's like, so what do you do? And I'm like, you know, so I just came from Africa and had 30 people to do, humanitarian work, and we're working with orphan children and such. And she looked at me, it's as if she was going to cry, and she goes, that is so wonderful. The work you do, it's great, but I can't do that. I don't think I can. I'm like, why not? She's like, I don't know if I can handle it. I can't handle poverty, and I can't handle people who are poor and all these things. And I didn't say much because I said to myself, I would love to sit with this lady and tell her, you have the passion, you have the heart, is what you want. I think there was a pattern in how she was thinking that was preventing perhaps to do what she wanted to do, which was make a difference in the world. So how we think is so important.
Absolutely.
I did not go far, but I handed over her my card. I said, let's talk if you want to get involved in what I do. You never know. There's been some people from small town in Newfoundland. We've seen some people from the picture that we showed earlier. They've never been, you know, outside Newfoundland and Canada and North America. Now they go to small little villages in Africa, and they're running, and lives have been changed one step. And so I felt like, to me, listen, you keep that passion, and you never know, you might change your mind. So thinking again, how we think, how we feel, it all affects how we act and what we do, and that creates the results.
So talking about action, let's see the video, and we want you at the gala. See how wonderful it is.
Hello, this is Josephine. And this is Jocelyn. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank MA Industrial Electric and Maya and Associates. With the help of supporters such as you, we have been able to reach many children for the best. We'd like to thank you for your generosity and support in changing the world one child at a time.
Wow, that was a 2015 gala.
Masquerade.
Exactly. It was a wonderful masquerade. It was beautiful. Everybody just participated with the costume. It was wonderful. So that's just 2015. Our gala is coming this Saturday, May 4th. So we have a good news. We have one of the silent auction, 2 soccer balls signed by Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the 2 world soccer guy. He is amazing. He has a Portuguese background, of course. So woohoo! So come join us, and you can win. And we want to thank Manuel Alexander's friend, a co-worker, who actually donating those amazing items. And of course, I forgot about a jersey, T-shirt signed by Ronaldo as well.
Oh my goodness!
So
there's much more, but those ones are like, oh my gosh!
There's more. But come join us. You can get your tickets still at shouttoThem.com. You see the information is right there. It's $75 on our website. At the door, $80. Of course, we're encouraging people to get the tickets now. Get your table. Your seats. And actually, I spoke to a lady who just mentioned to me that she just got 2 tables.
Oh,
amazing.
My gosh,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So join us, Joe. That's the action we want. Give back, join us, make a difference.
And you know what? I have a great friend, Brian Crombie. I mean, if you live in Mississauga, the name is going to ring a bell. But he's a great speaker, he's a good friend, and he's a good MC. So he's going to be taking our stage. So I'm excited that he's going to be there. I was speaking to him this morning. So we're excited. We're not going to tell you all the secrets, okay? You have to come and see this. So we are excited. And like I said at the beginning of the show is, your daily dose of gratitude. And we're going to give you an opportunity to come Saturday to practice your gratitude by helping other people, getting involved in your community, not just in Canada, but overseas in Rwanda. Reach out, because we're the citizens of the world. And one little action here, you never know how far it can go.
Absolutely.
And that's what gratitude does. It just not touch you, it touches the people around you and the people around the world. I've had people who have said that somebody helped me and didn't even know they did when I was a kid. And if that's from through different channels. So give yourself that opportunity to come to Shelter Them Gala, support the children in Rwanda, and reach out in your community as well by showing that, practicing your gratitude is your, absolutely need to create a happy life that you want. So remember, our next show is going to be on Monday, May the 13th, and tune in the afternoon. And Jocelyn is going to be running like a crazy person coming from work, just in between, to practice gratitude and share stories with our guests and our stories, our personal stories as well. And so we're just grateful that.
And just want to remind you, as we're talking about action, you can go to our website. Be the monthly donor. We need your support. ShoutToThem.com. Sponsor a child. Participate in our projects, the Hearts for Rwanda. Get those hearts, and let's just together make one action or many and change lives as we move forward in this life. So again, we encourage you to live life with a purpose and a gratitude, right, Joe?
Absolutely.
And that is our purpose, to share with you together. Just have that a beautiful life that is full of challenges, complicated but yet
full of gratitude.
Simple.
Absolutely. And let's end on this note. Don't forget to take your daily supplement, and those are your G supplement, and that's a gratitude. And don't forget, before you reach the top, to remember how far you have come. Appreciate today, because only the present is what you have control of. Thank you so much. We love you. Continue giving us those comments, your sharing, your liking on our Facebook page, Joe and Joe Show. Thank you so much, and have a great day. We love you.
Have an amazing day.